Hi everybody, welcome to this Quick 9 general wind direction playthrough for the division and dates shown on screen right now. All 9 holes, timestamps in the description down below. Please hit thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Remember to check out our channel homepage. There is daily Quick 9 content available for multiple divisions. Please remember some of these replays may be from the time before Playdemic changed the attribute levels. Now going to use a Kingmaker, and we're using the Apocalypse. 6 bars of topspin is all you need here, and I'm just before the plus yardage starts. We do have some headwind to deal with. So 6 bars of topspin, APOC 5, blue ring just into the rough there, and the adjustment here is maximum distance with a 10% over adjustment. We are going into overpower here, so that's what I'm going to apply. 2.5 to 3 rings. So I'm just adding a smidge on so that we do not come in short, having adjusted down into the water. Bounces very nicely, and we're just looking to get a nice perfect ball straight down the middle. So second shot here, we are going to be around mid distance of the sniper. Not been able to really dial this one in, to be honest. So it's up to you. I would just go with whatever approach you feel comfortable with. There is a chance of an eagle, of course, but of course you've either way got a very safe birdie. Here I do go mid plus 10, I do believe, and just applying spin, estimating to find mid distance of my club as best as I can. But with such a decent amount of second bounce here up onto the green, the wind is going to affect this one, so it's all about having a go at what you feel comfortable with. You can play in between min and mid if you don't want to go with as much backspin. The choice is yours here, but of course you've then got the dilemma of trying to hit perfect with the sniper, which I don't do, as that is tricky in Master. But anyway, get it on the green. I played it mid plus 10. If you get straight tailwind on this par 5, I would be very tempted to put a berserker on and blast it to try and get to wedge range. But if you can't do that, you will need a layup option, and that's what we've got here. We're setting up with the rock, white ring touching the rough at the plus yard shown. Then I switch to APOC because there is some headwind to deal with here. 5.8 top spin, 3 bars left spin. Ignore the fact that I'm using a precision ball here. This will work with a Kingmaker. I was just using a precision ball just to speed up the content creation process. So once we've switched to APOC, we adjust max plus 5. I go with full overpower. Now you can see the precision does help here. It is a bit of a shakier needle. You could set up further back if you have more top spin available. That will obviously give you a smoother needle if you wanted to play with APOC 7 or above, or APOC 6 even, or extra mile 9. But I believe you've got a great either side, and we get down the fairway over the rough. Second shot. I'm going to play with sniper. We are into sniper range here. Obviously, if you have more direct headwind off the tee, I would actually pack the Cataclysm or Big Dog just to make sure that you're going to reach for your eagle. But if possible, the sniper gives you a good chance for an albatross here with a free-to-play ball. A little bit of top spin and 3 right spin will vary depending on your drive, though. Here I'm estimating my club distance to be around 70% because I'm just out of plus yards with sniper 10. I'm having the ball guide to the hole. Here I'm going to adjust true club distance with 25% elevation, so it is going to be quite a few rings, but leave yourself plenty of time to do this and you'll be fine. If you don't drop this one though, you'll have an easy putt for the eagle. This was coming in very hot, so I would actually take the top spin off if I was to play this wind angle again. Bear in mind, if you adjust in the opposite direction up the hill, you will gain distance on your landing position, so you might want to apply a couple of clicks of underpower to compensate. But if you can't send it, there's still a good chance for the drop. We've got a hole in one to show you here with a quarterback and a Kingmaker. Half a bar of backspin and 2 bars of side spin to the left. Add your spin and then find your position here with the red ring touching the rough, and look at the ball guide where the tip of the ball guide is pointing here. Let's just see what I settle on. As you see, we're going to offset to the left. So it's just pointing a square to the left. Now here the cliff is in the way, so I have to push rings, which I find very laborious. But the adjustment is maximum distance plus 20%, and that's power 3 settings. Max 20, and again I push 4 rings at a time because I'm clumsy, but you might be able to do 5 at a time if you're a bit more accurate. Perfect ball. We hit here and it bounces very nicely, and just look at the camera angle. It stays zoomed out and we know it's going to be close, And look at this one, we do sneak it in on the left edge there. So it's a chance and you've only used a kingmaker, so what more can you want? The object on this par 4 is to get within short iron range because you have got a very good chance for a drop. We're going with 5.8 top spin, 3 right spin. With APOC 5 plus, top of plus 10, APOC 5 and 6, you'll have the red ring touching the rough. APOC 4, you'd need to be at P6 max rest. This obviously would work in tailwind angles and level crosswind. In headwind angle, I would suggest you set up with quarterback and then do a club switch and go with full overpower, so you've got a slow needle in headwind. Adjustment is max plus 10 here. Regardless of the wind angle, we want to get over the rough and down the next fairway. If you have tailwind and want to put a berserker on, you could try and blast to get into green, near the green, or rather into wedge range, but I like the short iron. It's a very good chance for a drop, and that will work very nicely there. Drive distance around 375 yards. If you can obviously push that with more topspin, do so, because you'll have less rings from min. Here, if you are near a min distance, you can count up rings from min. I had a couple of attempts with the same drive here, and I'm going to give you a tweaked adjustment. This was just a quick miss in the video, very small amount of distance from the cup. It gives you an idea though. You want to play with backspin, a little bit of side spin. There are some glitchy areas on the green here, so scrub your target around over the ground, find a consistent landing position. Any hint of a glitch, then add some spin and find somewhere else to land. But general elevation here, minus 15% is what I would go with. If you can count rings from min, it's 1% slider every ring you are up from min. Just a small miss here, misestimating the club distance, but still a very good chance. Now, if you want to support us on Patreon, you can do so. Details on the screen now. As part of your perks on certain days for the Quick Nines, there will be some Patreon exclusive Master General playthroughs for those holes used. So make sure you check us out there. Tricky par 5 here. I'm going to play with the Thor's Hammer and the Cataclysm. I will need a long distance wood club in all wind angles. I'd recommend you do the same as well. And the reason I'm going with the Thor's Hammer is for the top spin. In the end, I actually settle with 7 bars of top spin. Obviously, if you have high level Apocalypse, you could play with that. If you don't have either club, you could play with Extra Mile level 9, but you would need to hit perfect. So 7 top spin, a little bit of left spin there, but no need really to worry about that. Depends on your wind angle. But I'm setting up here at P6 max rest, and then I'm adjusting max plus 10. No push-up, no overpower, just tap this ball nicely down the fairway with a perfect ball, missing the trees. All we need to do is find the short grass. I want to try and favour the left-hand side of the fairway, but here is still going to be absolutely fine. And the wind angle on the second shot obviously is going to be pretty much crosswind with a bit of headwind, because this is a dogleg design. We turn the corner, so we're going to have to think about that with our club selection, which is why I'm suggesting you go with the Cataclysm or the big dog. Here you can see I'm adding spin, always going to go with 3 left spin, and here playing with around 6 top spin, looking at that second bounce. I want it midway into the rough. If you have tailwind on this shot, then please don't put that second bounce too close to the rough, because the wind will push you and you might miss the rough. If you've got headwind, I would like that second bounce to be near the edge of the rough towards the green because of the second bounce wind effect. Max plus 0 in all wind angles here. I'm adjusting into overpower just to make sure I clear and roll out of the rough. I am going to add 1 ring on, so it is a bit of a nasty shot, this one, in this wind angle. Make sure you hit perfect, just clipping the rough nicely, rolling out for a putt for our eagle. Any form of tailwind, we can use the sniper. We are going to set up at the top of plus 9 yards here, and I'm looking at the ball guide before spin. I'm going to point that one at the hole. It is quite far away, so zoom in and look if you have time. Then we add spin. Here I'm going with 1.2 backspin, and in the end we're going to use some left spin because the wind is going left to right. I settle on 1 bar of side spin to the left. If you've got wind from right to left, obviously you would then use right spin to offset the other side of pin to counter the wind effect. Adjustment here is going to be medium distance, 20% elevation, power 6 numbers. There are other shots you can play here. You can set up on the next fairway pad with backspin, a load more backspin. In headwind, you can also play driver rough bump. Very good chance there. But obviously, take a token or two you might need to tweak or apply some overpower, depending on how you set up the shot. But you've got options here. We're going with just before circle break underpower in tailwind angle, otherwise we are going to have the second bounce in the rough. Little bit of a tweak needed here, but it gives you an option to work with. Now, although you can support us financially on Patreon, you can also join as a free member. If you do that, you will get bonus master level text guide content from the Coalition. They produce text guides for free every tournament, free to play balls, and we send those out when they do so. And they very kindly agreed to let me share their archives of all the courses used in this season of Quick Nines for you all to use, because there may be some wind angles that you get as part of the Quick Nines that they have in their archive. So you will receive those if you join us as a free member on our Patreon. On this par 4, we're going to drive with the rock for the ball guide and the accuracy. With the rock level 9, I'm setting up at a max distance with half of the white ring into the rough on the right-hand side. Then I'm adding my spin, 3 top spin and 1.5 bars of side spin to the right. Once we've found those positions and added the spin, it is time to adjust, and my adjustment here is going to be max distance with 5% elevation. Max plus 5. Obviously, if you're adjusting into headwind here, you can still find position and add spin with the rock. You will need a bit more top spin, but before you adjust, I would then swap to your Apocalypse bag and use the same adjustment so that you're not adjusting or needing to use overpower. Perfect ball. And centre the ball hit perfect here, no need for any curl or overpower, and we want to just roll up the hill, taking a slight turn to the left. Drive distance around 350 yards. Second shot will need a tweak here, depending on what wind angle you get, of course. It's all about trying to find a consistent landing position, and it's not the easiest fairway to bounce on, but we're going to give it a go. Backspin and left spin, as you can see in the video there. I offset this one just to the left of the pin, and that's because the wind is going to push us to the right. That is something I would tweak depending on the wind angle that we get, of course, during the games. Here I adjust mid-distance minus 10% elevation, as this one does play slightly uphill. Mid minus 10 in this instance. Centre the ball and hit perfect. We'll need a tweak or two. You can either tweak landing position, spin, probably the spin, to be honest, because the bounce point is good. So just tweak the spin there, and you've got a good chance on this par 4. Here we have a very difficult par 3 with free to play, especially with the Kingmaker. So I'm going for an outside chance for hole-in-one using the Rocket. Around 7.5 backspin here is what I'm going with. I'm having the red ring touching the rough on the right-hand side there, the lower part of the red ring. I offset this one to the right. I didn't need to do that though, so I would suggest you go with a little bit of left spin to aim at the pin in this wind angle. The adjustment I'd like you to make here is medium distance, 15% elevation. It's difficult to get a consistent landing position here, and obviously if you want to try for the hole-in-one, the best shot is absolutely with the paid ball and a rough bump. But if you're wanting to get safely to green, then the Rocket is nice for the amount of backspin that is offered. So we either adjust less or we change the spin there, but a very tough par 3. If you are enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to help out and keep everything free, then please consider making a small donation. All donations are gratefully received and help me out here on the channel, as all of the content here is produced for free in my own spare time. You can do that in one of 3 ways. You can hit the thanks button here on YouTube, you can make a PayPal donation via the link in the description down below, or you can also join us over on Patreon. Details at the end of the video. Apologies here for the slight lagginess. I had to take this from the stream directly because the game did not save my replay, even though it was in actual tournament mode. So 6 top spin, 1 bar left spin. I'm setting up at plus 5 yards with my APOC 5, half of the blue ring in the rough. The adjustment here is maximum distance with no elevation, and you'll see we're going to go into overpower. So there's 1 ring of overpower. Again, sorry for the video quality, but this is the best I could do. And look at the curl, the ball slightly away from the triangle, so that the triangle is halfway between the ball and the adjustment ring. That's how I remember this one. and I'm applying 2 rings of overpower. Hitting perfect, and as you'll see, even though this video quality is not good, we do bounce very nicely, and it gives you an idea and you can hear the adjustments at least. So set up at +5, 6 top spin and bar of side spin to the left. Back to normality now with the sniper, and I'm just backing up a little bit from max distance so that I can adjust, but in the end I'm going to have to go with full top spin. I do keep with the sniper because of the ball guide, but obviously if you don't want to use overpower, then you can play with the Cataclysm as well. The adjustment here, I go maximum distance, and I think I use 10% for elevation. I usually wouldn't do that, but as we've got a Kingmaker with more wind, I'm just erring on the side of caution. Adjusting into overpower, so I do go with a few rings of overpower. And, well, would you believe it, we've hit perfect with the sniper in Master. What are the chances of that? Where we don't really need to either. We just want to get onto the green, to be honest. So yeah, we could have pushed it a bit further, but I'm going to take a putt for an eagle all day and every day. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.